Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So before getting ready, I wanted to do my skin prep. Now usually Ruchi, who's my makeup artist, does it, but today I just wanted to make it easier for her. So after I came back from the parlor, I just washed my face with this Derma Weaves Hydra Cleanser that I always use, and then I'm just going to use my Nutriderm's Vitamin E Moisturizing Lotion. This lotion I've always used before my makeup, so that is what I was going to use on my engagement day as well, because it really sits well on your skin. It gives you the right amount of moisturization and it does not feel heavy at all. So I just used this all over my skin before the makeup artist could come, so that it can sink into my skin. And honestly, my makeup looked really natural and stayed on really well. I have extremely dry skin, but using this moisturizer helped me a lot. Now once I've applied this all over my face, my neck, I'm also going to apply this on my hands because my hands were feeling extremely dry that day after I had done the waxing. So I just applied this all over my hands, and even my hands stayed hydrated for a really long time, especially because they were going to take a lot of close-up shots of my hands and my fingers with my engagement ring. So I wanted to make sure I don't have any dry patches or dry skin that will be seen on camera. And after applying both the moisturizer on both my hands and my face, I'm just going to use this ordinary caffeine solution under my eyes, because this really helps tighten that area. So I'm going to use this under my eyes and also on my lips, because this tightens under your eyes. Also applying it on my lips, it made the skin on my lips extremely smooth, because of which the lipstick application was really good. Now you don't need to do all of this because Ruchi usually does it, but I just wanted to save time, and instead of just sitting and waiting around for her, I thought I will do it before she comes, so that one, I know these products work really well for me, and two, it just becomes easier for her, so that she doesn't need to wait after applying the skincare. She was ready to go on with my makeup immediately once she came home. Also, I'm sorry for the lights that keep fluctuating. I wanted to do everything under natural light. So I had decided that I will completely skip foundation. Even on my engagement day, I did not want to wear foundation. So that is exactly what I did. And Ruchi was okay with that, because me and Ruchi have worked before too, and we make a great team. And something about Ruchi is that she will give you exactly what you need. Of course, she was not very happy that I was skipping foundation on the day of my engagement, but that is what I had decided, and she made sure to go with it. Here she's just concealing my eyes. I think she's using the NARS concealer, or I don't know if this is MAC's paint pot, but she's just using that on my eyes. And then even for my eye makeup, me and Ruchi had decided that we're going to keep it very simple, because she watches all of my videos and she knows the kind of makeup I like and the kind of makeup that suits me, and that is something really good about her. So here she's just setting my eyes with Laura Mercier's translucent powder. Now the person doing my hair is Vani, and she was absolutely amazing. This was the first time I was working with her. She was so quick and so good, and like I mentioned, I was skipping extensions as well. I did not want to wear extensions, because I had stepped up my hair care routine so well that by the time my engagement approached, my hair was doing really well. It was feeling good. So I didn't need any extensions. I didn't find the need for extensions. So here she's just applying my Mangtika. And also Ruchi used the Natasha Denona palette on me, and she just used a very light shade in my crease to just define it a little. Now the first time I found Ruchi, it was during Kirti's wedding. I had seen her on Urban Clap, and then I found her Instagram ID. And the reason I decided to go with Ruchi for Kirti is because if you would go through her profile, you realize that the brides looked like themselves. They didn't have too much makeup. Their features were very beautifully enhanced without making their face look like they've had layers and layers of makeup like painted, and that was something that I really liked. I wanted the brides to look like themselves, and like a better version of themselves, without caking up too much product, and that is why I decided to go with Ruchi for Kirti's wedding as well. After that, she did another close friend of mine, Prajita's wedding as well, and I had very clearly even back then decided that if I ever get engaged, Ruchi is going to be the one doing my makeup, because the kind of makeup Ruchi does makes you look beautiful and elegant and amazing without caking up too much product on you, and that is something that I love about her. Even my brothers were very particular that my makeup shouldn't look fake, and I had complete trust on Ruchi, and Vani did an amazing job too, from draping my sari under 5 minutes, because we only had 10 minutes of time to change my outfit from the lehenga to the sari, and Vani did such a beautiful job of tying my sari. She had already pinned everything and she tied it so quickly that I was ready in under 10 minutes, and that was really amazing. So Ruchi and Vani both made an amazing team. I will leave the link to Ruchi's ID, Instagram ID, in the description box. I will also leave Vani's. If you guys are in Bangalore and you want a makeup artist and a hairstylist and someone who can drape your sari really well, Ruchi and Vani are the people you should go to, and I absolutely loved it. Here I'm just using some kajal and I'm applying kajal and tight lining. Now don't get me wrong, Ruchi can do this, but I just made it easier for her since we are friends now. I think that's the kind of rapport that we have, that's the kind of bond, and usually Ruchi does this, but because I wanted to make it easier for her, I decided to do it. Ruchi and I were just chatting and chatting and chatting. Ruchi always makes sure to do a trial before the big day, so that you will know exactly how your makeup is going to look on that day, and that I think is really amazing. After applying a very light shade in my crease, she's just going with some shimmery shade, and it didn't have a lot of shimmer, it just had a sheen to it, and she's applying that all over my eyelids. Like I said, I wanted my makeup to be very simple, especially my eye makeup, and I also wanted my base makeup to be really simple. Honestly, I also wanted to skip lashes, but that was one thing Ruchi was very firm about. She said that I cannot skip lashes. She wanted me to wear lashes, and she also made sure that the lashes were extremely light and feathery and felt comfortable. So once she applied it, after maybe 5 minutes, once the glue was dried, I felt extremely comfortable with it, so I was okay with it. Here also for my eyeliner, she used very little. There was hardly anything, but it also defined my eyes really well, and she did a good job. She gave me the exact thing that I wanted in terms of eye makeup, and I absolutely loved it. And Vani behind was just curling my hair, and she was making sure that she was doing everything she could for me to get the kind of look that I wanted. There was not a lot of teasing, there was not a lot of hairspray. She did it all without putting in a lot of product in my hair, and that is exactly what I wanted. Now another thing that Ruchi really wanted me to do was to have bright under eyes and around my mouth. Since you can see that around my mouth I do not have pigmentation, but I have veins that are seen, so that is one thing she wanted me to do, was color correct and use a little bit of brighter concealer to conceal. Otherwise she was worried that my makeup might not look, I mean, my face will look very bare on in the pictures. So that's the reason she color corrected under my eyes and around my mouth, and used NARS concealer to just brighten up my face so that it looks really good for pictures. And this was something I left up to Ruchi, because she knows it really well and her experience is really good. So that's the reason I left it to Ruchi and I let her do whatever, because I skipped foundation and she was completely okay with it, so I wasn't going to push it too much. Another thing about Ruchi is that her prices are very reasonable. I've worked with a lot of other makeup artists who are extremely snobby and who charge you a lot. With Ruchi, she is very reasonable but is also so genuine and so sweet. She's a makeup artist that you can give a lot of suggestions to. She will listen to you and give you what you need. Now, just before applying the concealer, she's just highlighting the high points of my face. Now Ruchi is applying a very peach MAC blush. Now again with blush, I had already told Ruchi that the way I apply blush has changed, and that's exactly what she followed. And I also mentioned to her that I did not want extremely bright blush. And I don't know, guys, I just can't recommend Ruchi enough because it's that easy to work with her, and everyone complimented me on my makeup because my makeup looked very much like skin, and it didn't look too much, it didn't look cakey. Here she's just very slightly contouring my face. Again, if you see, it all looks very natural and does not look cakey at all. And then she sets my face with Charlotte Tilbury's setting spray, and everything just blended together and looked very skin like. Now the lips, I don't know where I lost the footage, but she used Huda Beauty's liquid lipstick on my lips. We went for a little bit of pinky nude because that's what I wanted for my lehenga, and it absolutely went really well. And in fact, Ruchi was the one who recommended this shade for me. And even for my eyebrows, she just filled in the ends of my brows very slightly and set them, and my brows also looked extremely natural. I've seen a lot of brides who go with extremely bold brows, and that's not my style, so I went with extremely natural looking brows. Here Ruchi is just using some Bobbi Brown highlighter to highlight my nose, my chin, under my brows. And the kind of products Ruchi uses are extremely high end, but the price that she charges for her makeup is so reasonable that it almost makes you wonder why she doesn't charge more. But that's about her. She is just so sweet and so reasonable with her prices. Here she's just highlighting my collarbone and my neck a little, just to for it to look nice on pictures. Honestly, at this point I was so sleepy, I just wanted to take a nap. And my makeup was done pretty quickly. In fact, Deepak and I reached the venue quite early, and we were not at all late. So after this, I'm just going to put on my jewelry and everything. Now, one thing that happened, and it might happen to anyone else, is that I did not try on my jewelry with my outfit. So this was the jewelry that I bought for my lehenga. It was custom made and it is very beautiful, but unfortunately it just looked too loud for my lehenga on that day. I got it custom made. The color was matching my dupatta, but I just did not like the way it looked at all. Thankfully, I had something else that went well with my lehenga, so I just changed it later on and applied that. I was, of course, a little not sure if I should keep the mang tika or not, but then Ruchi told me that it goes really well, and that's why I kept it. आपको क्या लगता है, रखूं निकाल दूं?
मुझे लगता है कि रखो।
रखूं?
टेक सम फोटोज एंड यू कैन रिमूव। फिर बहुत सिंपल हो जाएगा।
हाँ ठीक है, रहने दीजिए फिर। देन लेट इट बी, इट्स ओके।
है ना?
या
है ना वानी? इसीलिए सिंपल। अदरवाइज सम फोटोज यू कैन रिमूव। नहीं, आई थिंक अच्छा लग रहा है।
ओके। Ruchi, that's my father-in-law there. Just smart laser.